Today is the day of reckoning.
Mark my words, it's on camera.
Oh dear, I don't know.
Ollie, come on, no way. Jesus Christ.
Morning.
You alright?
Yeah, good. How are you? Should we go and see Mark?
Let's go to Mark's.
Nice.
Got sunshine with you. Wow, what a lovely day. I feel you got half a chance when the weather's like this.
Yeah, definitely. We need our sites need to dry out.
Yeah, exactly. We're all the same boat. It's tough. It's really, really tough.
So we're thinking just to sort of streamline your involvement, rather than booking in Zoom calls, and we'll obviously still come and see you. But if we can just start doing just phone calls, while we're driving around.
Yeah, yeah.
If I've got something, something to run by you or a quick question or something, just do a phone call on speakerphone. So what Paddy wants to shoot is just a load of clips of you walking around pretending to answer the phone to me, which can be cut in.
Ollie, come on, no way. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So we're going for the Design and Build Award.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, it's
Some more. You need some more wall space.
yeah. Well, yeah. It's for the team, isn't it? It's just building the team.
Absolutely.
Why would you want to come work for Landform? Well, they won an award in 2017. Well, what have you done since?
Yeah.
You need to be constantly on it.
Yeah.
But no, I think it'll be. We got
that's on my to-do list today. Actually, is filling out the
application.
the
Okay.
application form for them.
Okay. So ignore the form. It would be my thing to you.
Okay.
It's the form is a generic form, and if you religiously fill the form in, it's what about makes you the business.
Yeah.
It's about all this stuff, the social media stuff, and that you can't necessarily fill in those boxes. So be quiet.
They've got their sort of scripted boxes, and then at the bottom there's like obviously
Any
the opportunity
information.
to do a bit of a covering letter. So that I've just all I've done so far is just over the week just a couple of little bullet points of what I want to include, and I'll then go and try and write it up. But a lot of it was we want to really be. Yeah, I guess at the end goal. I know it's a very big thing to say, but if we can grow this into a point where it makes clients actually understand what is involved in a professional landscaping installation, and just removes it, to almost get to the point where we remove a lot of the times where professional companies are pegged against the the sort of unregulated, unlicensed cowboys that are just
which is the majority of the
detrimental
industry.
to what we're doing. Our two of our biggest revenue projects last year were coming in and putting jobs right, and the client was obviously down and a bit pissed off and hasn't, is a bit nervous about landscaping companies, and it's just saying, right, let's actually, because everyone whinges about it, but no one's actually doing anything about it. So, if we can try and get a bit of reach and just say, look, this is actually what it takes to build something that lasts.
You see, in America, they have, to trade, you have to be you have to be regulated.
Yeah, rightly so.
Obviously, landscape is I call it. I love this industry, as you know, but it's tramp's trade.
Yeah.
Anybody can just get the tools out of the dad's shed. I'm a landscape gardener.
Yeah, exactly.
No training, no insurances, no regulation.
Looking up at the work that you've done, independent.
No, all the health and safety stuff and all the things that you have to do, to get to this level. It's It is, but so that's why I suppose for the majority of my life I've run away as fast as I can away from that pack. Yeah. And that pack is bigger than the elite pack. And they say I've been criticised by using the word elite. I want to be elite.
Yeah, absolutely.
But people actually think it's elitism. What's what's wrong with elitism?
Yeah.
What's wrong with being as the best person you can be?
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever you do.
Yeah.
Whatever you do. So I'm with you on that. And every day, we try and pick off something and get it a little bit better.
What do you reckon, Ollie?
Yeah, getting there. Just got to use a bit of imagination. The weather's on our side, in theory, if the forecast is right. So the big thing tomorrow is going to be getting a pump here, just to pump out everywhere that's held water, so that hopefully this week with the warmer weather, all the subsoils have a chance to dry out. All the sort of sloppy stuff where the lawn was, the big digger's just going to grade that top layer off. That can go into the bottom of the beds. Obviously we've got all this lovely new topsoil that's going to be going in everywhere, so that can go on top of that. It's all a nice sandy loam, so it's pretty free draining. and the guys know obviously as soon as that's in, it's absolutely stay off it and no sort of compaction or messing around with soil structures. So yeah, it's Monday, once this is in, the rest of the hedging's coming, so we should have a nice run of hedging all the way around, which will break up the fence line. That's the first bit of impact in the garden, and then the rest of it, we've got concrete coming Thursday. The guys are building little retaining walls and step risers. So yeah, this week we're going to see base materials going in, hedging going in, soil going in, the site being tidier, the big digger coming off site. So yeah, it will look better. Otherwise, that's it really. Happy Monday. Yeah, getting stuff done. Ooh. Good. It's Tuesday and I haven't made it very far. Been working a lot of stuff behind the scenes, but luckily Ty made it out onto the road, so he caught up with Eric and his team in Woking. And what else have I been doing? You can see behind me, my big whiteboard. Now, if I need to do some brainstorming or work on something, I will stand up and go stand in the corner and work on that. If I do it at my desk, it just doesn't happen because all the emails and calls, etc. coming in just mean that if I need to focus on something, it's impossible. So I've been doing a big sort of cost analysis breakdown of the vehicles that we are running. If you guys have watched the last few episodes, you'll know how much of a nightmare we've had with garage bills. Only seems to be getting worse. As I've also mentioned, we're wanting to do more London work and we're not ULEZ compliant. So we are looking at some brand new Fords. And then finally, last thing I'm working on, God, if you can call it that, it's this saga with the accountants. Oh, when you're in these sort of tough situations and people aren't, they're not very happy that we've left them, and sort of feels like some true colours coming out. Hasn't been very professional from their side. Starting to feel a little bit nasty, which is a real shame. A lot of the communication from our side has been through Adi, which is great because she's a bit friendlier on the emails than me. So I've just sort of been watching everything I've been copied in to. And yeah, at the time of recording, so on Tuesday, in theory, Wednesday is their final day for transferring everything over. So we'll see what I have to say to this little camera on Wednesday, and if that was the case, or if they are insisting on full backdated invoices from 2021 being paid before they'll transfer any of our zero licenses, which they're literally holding ransom. I will update you tomorrow on that. I mean, maybe it's an interesting story to follow. I don't know. It's a great lesson though. It's a great lesson, and I definitely feel qualified to say this now. When you're a younger business, and I was told this and I thought I was getting in with a good accountant, but I cannot stress how important it is being with, good accountants and accountants that have your best interests at heart. So I mean, my advice would be, don't go with a family friend. Don't go who your mum and dad and all their mates use, who's just, the local lady in the village that does a bit of bookkeeping. Go for somebody who already operates and deals with companies in your business, in your sector, understands your business, understands the technical jargon. Go for a company that has an in-house accountant rather than a company that sort of subs one in to one day a week have a flick over your accounts, because they don't understand your business, but they're not putting any sort of time or effort into making sure that what they're filing is tax efficient or as beneficial as it could be. Yeah, just really do your due diligence. Don't let yourself get wrapped up in someone that isn't going to be good for your business. Don't feel afraid to step away. Make sure you stand up for yourself. It's really important. It's really important you understand the money that's associated with your business, especially if you have ambitions to grow it to any more than just being a sort of self-employed one-man band. And yeah, it's been, hopefully we're coming to the end of some pretty horrible learning curves and big financial surprises that honestly, mentally, I don't think I've got many more of those in me. You've got to be in control. You've got to know what's coming. You've got to work with a company that invoices you every month and is consistent and can help you plan and manage your cash flow. Because yeah, small companies that are growing through reinvested self-made profits, you can't give them these surprise invoices. It just doesn't work. You are literally ruining lives if you operate like that, and that's not good. So yeah, that's Tuesday's waffle over. Also a little bit annoyingly, I mean, all manufacturers do it and obviously find the need to update what their vans look like every few years, but the last generation of Ford Transit Customs, I think, have been really good looking vans. They've updated them and facelifted them. I think the new ones are so ugly. Is my honest opinion. Let me know what you think. Another day in Olly's show of vehicles. It's a bit late to the office this morning because my Land Rover wouldn't start. Well, hey! And also, if you've been following along, today is the day of reckoning. Are we going to be going to war with our old accountants? In theory, today's the day everything's going to be transferred, so I will keep you updated. It is really raining, which is a massive shame. Oh well. Landscaping in February. I'm sure we can cut to the guys doing something cool now. Cheers!
What day is it? It's Thursday.
That's great. Yeah, Thursday. Good question. We are going into Guildford's. I mean, we're not really going to be able to keep it secret, are we? But we are finally looking at a new Defender again. Yeah, we're doing it again. I mean, hopefully today's the day we hear back from the finance broker about the other vans that we're going for as well. So doing quite an extensive fleet overhaul. But yeah, gonna go pick up a 110 commercial now. It's between that and a 90 commercial. So we're just gonna see if I think the 110 space is a bit better. If you've watched any of the videos, it'll be pretty obvious why we're considering making some fairly big changes. We are being crippled by garage bills. As we grow the company, yes, it means we're going to be taking on finance agreements for replacing vehicles that aren't on finance, but it means we're just going to have clear monthly costs, and we're going to lose a lot of the surprise costs that we've been struggling to manage recently. So we're going to know exactly what we're in for and when we're in for it, so cash flow forecasting should be much easier. It also means that the significant majority of our fleet is under full manufacturer's warranty as well. So if there is an issue, at least we know it's not going to cost us anything. So a lot to be said for that peace of mind. Hello mate, I'm just calling up about SO64, the autobiography.
Yeah.
To see if you guys had managed to have a look at it yet, if you knew what was up.
No, I suspect it is a fuel issue somewhere, but we don't know what it is at the moment. It's a little bit unknown at the moment.
They have said that every day for the last week. Don't say you can take a car to look at it if you just haven't got the capacity.
What have you done?
It's not bad, huh?
As expected. Oh wow, look at that.
You've not seen it? They're cool, aren't they? You do that and then it's just a normal mirror. Right. It's £1,000 excess if I damage it, so... Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, fine. Just patiently waiting for concrete.
Yeah. Have you spoken to them?
Yeah, I phoned them twice and spoke to like some woman in the office, and she was like, "Oh, I'll give them a call and give you a ring back," and just nothing back. Like last time was like just after 2. Yeah,
okay.
It's getting a bit annoying.
Call them again. Just keep calling them.
Yeah,
absolutely. Just keep calling them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd phone them again now. Phone them again in 5 minutes, and then phone them again. Just keep phoning them.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Will do.
Thanks, mate. Press and hold to deactivate. There we go. We don't lane assist. Yeah, giving it another spin before I sit down with them tomorrow morning to look at speccing one. Hopefully they've got one in stock that's acceptable and not too horrible of a colour. I mean, this one's nice. I like this colour. I don't get excited by them anymore. I just think like, oh, another financial hit to get through.
Yeah.
I'm looking around, I'm just thinking, oh, it's very nice, but that's a lot of money. It beeps at me when the speed limit changes. Like, you don't need to beep it, that's a distraction. Don't beep at me. I haven't instantly fallen in love with it like I've sort of thought I would. My Range Rover is 10 years old and nicer. Oh dear, I don't know. I'm gonna go home, have a real good go over it, do some Googling and see if I can turn all these annoying noises off. Bit of daylight left, so get the dogs out and tie that in with doing a run. Concrete still hasn't arrived, bit of frustration, but there's still plenty to do, so hopefully the guys are still being proactive and making some good progress. It's the nature of the beast with waiting on deliveries. Concrete is especially bad. We've used a lot of the local suppliers. We went for a bigger name a bit further away this time, and they also haven't been amazing, which is a real shame. I'm sure you'll know why. Hopefully they get all the concrete in today. We don't want it to hold up anything else on this job. We want the concrete in this week so that we can move on with getting the render up and the pergola up next week. Yeah, check in on Friday. How did the concrete go?
Yeah, it was all pretty good. It was all fine. Right, nice and early. Transition.
Delicious.
So team in East Horsley today, we got our concrete in. It was meant to come yesterday. Few issues with vehicle breakdowns and the concrete lorry not managing to make it. So instead we got 7:30 drop this morning, so nice and early. The guys got the concrete in good time. So that's great. It's now got the whole weekend to cure. Ready for the steels to start. I mean, they're being fabricated at the moment, but hopefully by the end of next week, they'll start arriving on site. Also took delivery of the metal edging to frame all of the paths there. What else has turned up? Got some more base material in, some more Type 1 MOT. So yeah, it's been a good week there. Big progress every day. So yeah, well done to the team. The weather has been horrible, so it's good to see some progress there. So you saw yesterday, I went for I say controversially, it's no secret that I want a new Defender. Had one on test drive a couple of years ago now, I think, or when they were new. Decided it was, whilst we upgrade the Hardwood fleet, it's probably the right time to play around with the idea again, and wasn't blown away with it. Slightly anticlimactic. We did have a good chat with Land Rover. We think we've come up with an option, but no commitments yet. You'll have to follow along to see where we've gone with it. More good news on a Friday. I can't believe it. I'm actually being positive on camera. We decided to, after running all the numbers, go for upgrading some of our fleet. So we've put in borrowing finance applications for 4 new vans. Just had the phone call to say that 2 of them have been accepted. So the other 2 are still with the lender's underwriting team. They haven't been looked at yet. So yeah, 2 new tippers going to be joining the fleet soon. Harry is the best example that we've had of a scrawny little 18-year-old not knowing what he wants to do, coming and giving it a go and turning into this beautiful landscaper. He was very young, so he decided, and fair play, that he needed to go off and do a bit of travelling, find himself, leave a bit of his soul in Thailand. Met up with him for lunch today to talk through a few things. I've literally just had a text from him saying, "Thanks for lunch, mate. It was good to catch up. We'll keep you posted, but most likely be around start of next week if you want to run through things properly." We're getting him back. Mark my words, it's on camera. We're getting him back. Yeah, I think he'd be good fun to have on site. He'd be great for the videos as well. He's super. I think that's the main part, that he wants to come back. It's just an underlying vanity issue. He likes the sound of his own voice. He's a bit of a boy. You'll I'm sure and I hope that you'll get to know him pretty soon. So submitted our first self-nominated award today. Still feels a bit funny saying it, but realising the importance of doing what we can to build our brand and a bit of credibility. So we've We've gone in for the Pro Landscaper Awards, business under 1 million turnover for last year. So that's good. So I've just got to send them, they've asked for our logo and a few pictures of the team. So we're going to send that to them now. And I've also just had sent back from Nina from Pro Landscaper, just been sent her write-up of our interview, which I think is pretty nice. I'm not going to give her any sort of feedback on it other than, yeah, looks great, go for it. I'm certainly not going to tell her how to write about myself. The link will be in the description for my little article, my little read-up. So yeah, check it out, print it out, send it to your mum, send it to your nan. Let's spread the word. Feels like a nice end to the week, to be honest. If you are looking and you are intrigued, our branding and our vision and what we want the company to look like and become. We've also had something else approved, but that's not to be spoken about yet.